You're watching the Sports and Political channel of LB. If you're not a subscriber to this channel, make sure you hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, and share these videos on your social media platforms. Let's get down to business. And in this business, we're going to talk about this individual right here. For those of you who know who this man is, Deadeye goes by the name of Stewart Rhodes. He is the founder of the far-right militia group Oath Keepers. Well, he was recently found guilty of seditious conspiracy, and this former Yale law graduate is going to do 18 years in prison. That's right. Coming from the website barons.com. To Stewart Rhodes, his conviction for leading the far-right Oath Keepers militia in the January 6, 2021 assault on the U.S. Capitol made him America's premier political prisoner. But for Judge Amit Mehta, who sentenced the Yale law graduate to 18 years in prison, Rhodes is a self-assessed criminal who took up arms against the U.S. government in a brazen conspiracy of sedition, threatening terror on the Congress. The 57-year-old was defiant to the end of his trial, refusing any fault or error on the Oath Keepers campaign to keep Trump in the White House and prevent Biden from becoming president by any means necessary. He told the court that he was a political prisoner and that his only crime was opposing those destroying the country. Now, the sentencing appeared to be the final blow to Rhodes, who created the Oath Keepers in 2009 after years of preparing to do battle with a government he views as increasingly repressive. With the pirate-like patch over his left eye and Yale Law School graduates' ability to impress followers with the mastery of constitutional law, Rhodes constructed a band of like-minded supporters largely from the ex-military and ex-police community around the country. So when we tell you, right, because people within the black community have been telling you that they are racist and there are white supremacists within the police ranks and in the military ranks, how dare you speak ill of the military and the police? That's the kind of stuff we get when we call this stuff out, right? Because they were ex-military, they were current military, there were current police officers and former police officers that were acting as stormtroopers on that infamous day. That's right. What's up, Mike? Rhodes grew up in the southwestern United States and joined the Army after finishing high school. But he was discharged early due to the injury in a parachuting exercise. His former wife, Tasha Adams Rhodes, with whom he has 6 children, said they met as he was working as a parking valet and she was teaching dance in Vegas. He also worked as a firearms instructor and lost one eye when he dropped the gun and it fired, hitting him. So that's how he lost his eye. Deadeye Stewart Rhodes. This man was a firearms instructor and he lost his eye when he dropped the gun and it hit him in the eye. 1998, he graduated from a local university and was accepted at Yale Law, one of the country's most elite institutions. That's according to the white media. To the black contingent, we don't give a fuck about no goddamn Yale being elite. After Yale, he set up a law practice in Montana, a breeding ground for militias and activists suspicious of any authority and enamored by guns and military gear. If there was Rhodes, it was there that Rhodes developed the idea of the Oath Keepers on the premise that federal government was increasingly encroaching on citizens' rights, including restricting gun ownership. But the thing is, nobody has restricted anybody from getting a gun. Well, that's provided you don't have felonies on your record. But to the average citizen, no one has kicked down their door and take your guns away. That's that bullshit. That's the Republican Party talking point. Whether it be porn star rejects like Lauren Boebert, dumbass woman who's cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs and Marjorie Taylor Greene, or Quagmire who got away with sexual assault. Not sexual assault, I'm sorry. He got away with trafficking pussy across state lines that was under the age of 18 and Matt Gaetz. See, dimwits, dunderheads, and dodo birds push those stupid ass talking points because they know that they're going to treat their base like marks. Because their base don't want to be told the truth. Their base want to be lied to. Their base want to be grifted. Their base want to be stoked by culture wars and all this other stupid ass nonsense that goes on in the country. Followers must be willing to fight the government, he would say, tapping into the rise of social media to gather supporters from around the United States. Rhodes struck a nerve among many white men with military and police backgrounds. As the group grew, Rhodes farmed out armed, combat-suited Oath Keepers for security at Republican rallies and during social disturbances like the unrest in Ferguson after police shot a black man. He claimed that they were basically a peacekeeping force. Yeah, get your ass out of here. Peacekeeping force? Peacekeeping force. So January 6th was a peacekeeping force, right? Huh? That was peacekeeping? You call that peacekeeping? Mm-mm-mm. You really think that was peacekeeping? Now, for those of you who need a history lesson about what happened in Ferguson, this is when police shot and killed Michael Brown, an unarmed black teenager, on August 9th, 2014, by Darren Wilson. So that was sparked outrage and protests. Mm-mm-mm. Now, as Trump gained political influence, Oath Keepers volunteered as security at events held by their supporters. Rhodes told the court they were protecting Trump supporters from attacks by extreme leftists known as Antifa. First of all, nobody was attacking the goddamn Capitol but you guys. Because y'all listen to guys like Trump and Giuliani while he's not engaged in wild sexual predation. He's outside of porn shops lying to y'all where hair dye running down the side of his face. And when Lauren Boebert is not getting money from the Koch brothers by any means necessary, she's out there intentionally putting out disinformation. Marjorie Taylor Greene, when she's not cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs, she's putting out blatant disinformation. And that blatant disinformation gets fumigated all over Fox News, OAN, Newsmax, and what other right-wing toilet that decides to prop this stuff up at the time. So Antifa was the reason why January 6th happened. Now, mind you, there were two other times that these far right wing nuts were in DC protesting the vote. There were two other times that they did this. January 6th just happened to be the worst one. But there were 2 other times these cuckoo crackheads came to D.C. And I couldn't even go to D.C. those weekends because them jackasses was out there. Because I know if one of them dudes that put their hands on me, it was going to be some ungodly shit I was going to do to them bastards. So for my sake, I kept my ass out of D.C. Continuing on with this article, increasingly the group appeared as somewhat disciplined armed force, and he became their quote-unquote general, as prosecutors labeled him. His ex-wife called him a narcissistic sociopath who mythologizes his own future as quote-unquote the next George Washington. Jesus Christ almighty. All that came together in the January 6th uprising when Rhodes brought several dozen members of his group to Washington with a cache of weapons, determined to block Congress's official certification of Biden as the winner over Trump in the November 2020 presidential election. Yeah, because what was going on was they were hiding guns at Trump's hotel. They had guns stashed at Trump's hotel, and they were going to use those weapons in the hostile takeover of the Capitol on January 6th. Prosecutors showed text messages and recorded conversations that depicted Rhodes building up steam for possible violent insurrection. He told other Oath Keepers that the Patriots are taking matters into their own hands. Patriots? Who are these Patriots? The only Patriots I know is the New England Patriots. So what Patriots are you talking about? You mean terrorists. Domestic fucking terrorists. That's what they are. They're not patriots. They're domestic terrorists. Y'all bought the lies these politicians gave y'all. And this is another example how white supremacy take both sides or all sides of the equation. You had white supremacists tell other white supremacists blatant disinformation. You had those white supremacists invade the Capitol on that day. I talked about in the previous video where you had a guy got sentenced to 4.5 years in prison because he decided to go in Nancy Pelosi's office, sit on her chair, prop his feet up with a stun gun on his right leg while smoking a joint. Oh, Mr. Richard Barnett. That's right. The QAnon shaman. Who ever forget that crazy ass cook, that cook, or that kook, Jacob Chansley, amongst others. Those are the 2 individuals that stood out. So you got the lower end of the spectrum carrying out suggestions from elitists, politicians, and what have you. So the lower end of the spectrum gets to go to prison, and the upper end of the spectrum still keep their positions in power. So the Marjorie Taylor Greens and the Lauren Boeberts and the Matt Gaetz and the Giulianis and the Trumps of the world, they don't get to go to prison. But the people that carried out that their bullshit ideology is going to prison. Make that make sense. So why the people who instigated this insurrection, why aren't they going to jail yet? Why haven't they been held accountable yet? Why isn't the Jim Jordans of the world ain't going to prison yet? And then on top of that, how come they hadn't got booted out of Congress yet? These people that blatantly went on these right-wing nut media toilets and spouted this nonsensical disinformation. Blatant disinformation at that. How come they ain't got kicked out of Congress yet? It's a program at work. Try to tell you. Keep trying to tell y'all it's a program at work. Now, in Thursday's sentencing, Mehta said Rhodes knew exactly what he was doing, preparing his followers with a weaponry for all-out confrontation. Now, what's ironic about this man Stewart Rhodes was not at the Capitol that day. Very similar to the Proud Boys founder, Enrique Tario. He was not at the Capitol that day. You got found guilty of seditious conspiracy, but you weren't even there that freaking day. Boy, these jokes write themselves. What was the motive? You didn't like the new guy? Said Mehta, referring to Biden's victory. The judge also came out and said just because they don't like the outcome of an election, that they absolutely cannot have a group of citizens be prepared to take the law into their own hands to foment a revolution. You got 18 years. 18 years. Man. Child support. You got that child support time. I hope it was worth it. You're 57 years old. So by the time you get up, provided you don't die in prison, you probably be around 70, between 70 and 75 years old, because you got to discount some time for good behavior or whatever like that, right? And if they do programs, they get good time, and they get so many days a month for good behavior. So you might get out in your 70s, right? Or Stewart Deadeye Rhodes, right? Hope it was worth it. Hope it was worth it. Hey, so you backing on Trump to get you out? Huh? What if Trump don't win? Then what? Because I'm going to go to the Capitol. I'm going to be right there with them, right? You let this fucking bitter meal get your ass in trouble. Because that's all Trump is. Trump ain't nothing but a bitter meal. His supporters ain't nothing but a bunch of goddamn marks. That's right. If you're a Trump supporter and you listen to this, he treated y'all like a bunch of fucking marks. And y'all going to jail behind a damn con man. And y'all still supporting this man. Now, don't get the game fucked up. All right? I don't want none of you Trump supporters getting the game fucked up. Because I'm not a Biden supporter. Absolutely not. A man who wrote the 94 crime bill, mass incarceration, throwing people in prison, that's in the black community. You think I would support that guy? Shit. I don't support no Democrats, and I damn sure don't support no Republicans. So don't come in here with that Biden student Kamala Harris crap, because that don't work over here. That don't work over here. That damn sure don't work over here. So you need to try again, mother sucker. You need to try again, because that ain't gonna work. You can't do no leftist Biden crap over here, because that don't fucking work. So I'm asking you again, Mr. Deadeye Stewart Rhodes, right? Was it worth it? Enrique Tario, right? When you in your 6x9 eating nasty ass dog type kibbles and bits and shit, I'm gonna ask you, was it worth it? All you guys that stormed the Capitol, falls off the side of the building, pissing and shitting everywhere, right? Richard Barnett, was it worth it? Was it worth throwing your life away for a fucking con man? Because all Trump does is use people. And then when he gets done using you, he's going to toss you aside like you're a used condom. That's right. He's going to treat you like a used condom. Your ass could be deposited on the side of a street, probably hanging off a trash can or some shit, and the deposits that's in that goddamn condom will be dried up. That's right. So that's your politicians for you, right? That's your politicians for you. Y'all set up there and let another beta male and Josh Hawley. This man ran like an ostrich when y'all damn came out and stormed the Capitol. Right? When y'all stormed that Capitol, that man was running like a goddamn ostrich. And they ain't got no to talk about how men should be men. When this fucking beta male out here running like a goddamn ostrich and shit. So I ask y'all one more time. Was it worth it? Huh? Y'all threw your life away over a fucking con man. You can't get no more ass, man. Well, I mean, you could. It just won't be the type that you like. All them dreams of, having little sexual fantasies or whatever like that with your ex-wife or your girlfriend or whatever like that, that's going out the window now. You can't get no kitty cat for 18 fucking years. Was it worth it? Was it worth it? That's all I want to know. Was it worth throwing your life away over a con man? Now, mind you, this man knew he lost the goddamn election. He knew it. This man knew he lost the election, and yet y'all still carried on that bullshit. Y'all believe that bullshit. That's why y'all went to the Capitol on January 6th. Y'all sat up there and got grifted by goddamn Giuliani and Trump and anybody else that will toe the line of that lie. And now they're still eating good in the neighborhood, and y'all asses in prison. You guys are dumb as fuck. I have absolutely no sympathy for you. None. None. I don't feel sorry for you at all. Y'all sit there and talk about the Constitution and the fucking and the amendments and all that. Y'all probably don't even know the amendments. Only amendments y'all keep talking about. Second Amendment. I have to write the bear arms. Second Amendment. Y'all don't know none of them goddamn amendments. Y'all talk about the Constitution. Half of y'all can't even spell Constitution. And in that half, a good majority of y'all can't even pronounce the Constitution. Oh, we got to protect the Constitution from what? From what? Where y'all protecting the Constitution from, huh? From what? When last time someone kicked down your door, took your guns away? Did the FBI or the ATF or the DEA kicking down your door at 4 in the morning, taking your guns away? Huh? That's that bullshit that guys got Josh Hawley and Ted Cruz and got dang on Marjorie Taylor Greene be spotted to get the base all riled up. Meanwhile, they're taking away your health. They take away your health care. They take away your Social Security, right? All you inbreds out there that getting all knocked up and all that, guess what? They're taking away your reproductive rights, right? If some of you clowns that were prior military and all that, right? Guess what? Guess what? They're about to take some of your VA benefits. But y'all sitting there talking about we got to protect democracy. What? Really? Protect democracy. You guys are a bunch of idiots. All you guys out there that be running behind Donald Trump are a bunch of fucking idiots. Y'all keep it up. Y'all going to elect this con man because Trump got every incentive, and I mean every incentive to become president again. The only reason Trump is trying to become president again is because he's trying to keep his ass out of prison. That's it. I mean, sure, he has a thirst for power and money and some kind of prestige, but the main reason he's running for president this time around is to keep his deep pants wearing ass out of prison. You think Melania is going to stay around with this creep after all the multiple affairs that Donald Trump been involved in? You think she going to stay with him? Shit. You got another thing coming. But that's for another video. That's for another video. Y'all better wake up. All you white supremacists out there got so much time in your hand worried about what black people doing. First of all, we ain't worried about y'all. Y'all worried about us. Because the minute we turn up, y'all better fucking run. Y'all better leave black people alone. Y'all better leave black people alone. Because see, we trying to do something different with our shit. We trying to get reparations. That's what we trying to get. We trying to get that reparations. We ain't got time to be worried about y'all. But you keep on fucking with us and y'all gonna have a problem. Cause see, this ain't back then when we just go run and sing Kumbaya where y'all beat our asses and all that. No, we're gonna fight back. We're gonna fight back. And y'all gonna get, boy, y'all better leave black people alone. Y'all worry about the wrong thing. Y'all worry about the wrong thing. Y'all sitting up here talking about all these people here. These people lying to y'all goddamn faces and all that. Y'all can't even see what's going on. You know the Republicans ain't passed not one. And they have not passed not one goddamn bill ever since they took power. Not one. All they doing is open up these sham investigations, or they wasting taxpayer money and on all these bullshit ass investigations and the Hillary Clinton's emails and Hunter Biden. First of all, Hunter Biden is a private citizen. He's a private citizen. If he wants to, cooking and chopping, looking to profit while having dirty leopard print underwear on the floor at a rinky-dink hotel, that's his business. He wants to pay $2 hookers to slobber his knob like corn on the cob. That's his business. He's just a private citizen, unlike Ivanka and Jared Kushner, who was in the fucking cabinet for crying out loud and was pulling in all kinds of deals with China. See, Trump out here talking trash about China, but he's doing business with China. Him and his kids doing business with China. But he'll sit up there and talk shit about China to get you dumbasses stoked up. Mm-hmm. But see, when we try to tell you this kind of truth, y'all don't want to hear that. Y'all don't want to hear that. It's about, oh man, you just sit up here on a YouTube with a thumbnail just pushing up all kinds of conspiracy theories. Why would I lie to you? I have no reason to lie to you. I have no incentive on lying to you. I have no incentive. And another thing they can't have white people out here attacking white supremacy. That's another thing they can't afford to have. They can't have white people out here attacking white supremacy. So I hope it was worth it. I hope it was worth it. That's all I'm gonna say about that. I hope what you did was worth it. Because you got 18 years to think about it. Now, if you're not subscribing to this channel, make sure you hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, and share these videos on your social media platforms. If you want to donate, my Cash App is $Freeway95US if you want to donate to my channel. Oh, by the way, if I find anyone stealing my Cash App, guess what? You and I gonna have a problem. So think twice before you steal from me. Shouts out to the LDBC Lions Den basketball community. This your man. Scream at me. Hurt!